Are you able to hear me? Anybody from participants?
Yes, sir. Yes, now you
Yes,
are
sir.
clearly audible.
Sir.
Yes.
Okay. I'm extremely sorry for this inconvenience. Unfortunately, I have to start from the beginning. What I was telling you, we have done the microstrip coupler as well as lump coupler for 2 gigahertz. For today's session, our first objective is to complete our coupler exercise. And for this, just let us have a practice. We will do it for 4 gigahertz so that all of you can get more exposure to the line calc tool available inside the ADF. So we will do a single box coupler at 4 gigahertz, and then we'll make it double box. So what is the microstrip substrate we will be selecting? We will select microstrip substrate of epsilon r 3.6, height 0.508 mm, loss tangent 0.0013, and metal thickness 0.018 mm. So that is half ounce, and conductivity is again same, 5.8 into 10 to the power 7. So first we have to make this single box coupler. I will demonstrate you how we can calculate the length and width. Remember, we are doing this at 4 gigahertz and the substrate parameters are listed over here. So I'll go to ADF. I'll open one schematic, go to the tools. Is that visible to all of you, what I am doing?
Yes, sir.
We'll go to tools, line calc, start line calc. I will change the parameters likewise, 3.6, 0.508 mm, thickness 18 micron, conductivity 5.8, loss tangent 0.0013. Let me check it once. 0013, frequency 4 gigahertz, and first we will do for 50 ohms characteristic impedance lambda by 4 line. Before click on synthesize, you must ensure that units are in mm and click synthesize. So 1.10 is the width and 11.19 is the length for 50 ohm line. So you can cross check. 1.10 is the width for 50 ohm line and 11.19 is the length. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 50 ohm transmission lines, and 2 horizontal lines are of 35 ohms. So once you have done for 50 ohm, just change the impedance from 50 to 35 and synthesize. So this time you will get the microstrip transmission line width and length for 35 ohms. Width is 1.89, which you can see here, and the length is 10.9. So this is what I was trying to tell you for last 5-6 minutes. Mani sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So my request to some of you, maybe anybody can take a lead and keep responding, so it will be known to me that everything is. Otherwise, I am presuming that my voice and screen is you are receiving all these things, voice and screen.
Okay,
If
sir.
any point of a time, if you do not receive my voice or screen, so please let me know.
Okay, sir.
Now you can start and make this coupler. How to make this coupler? So I will also do the same thing in ADS. You keep working in the same workspace. Create new schematic. Create new schematic. Done. So if somebody will keep responding, that will be actually helpful for me. Otherwise, I will do the things and later on somebody will ask, sir, please repeat the step. Can somebody will take a lead? Let me check how many participants are there. Yeah, enough number of participants are there. So anybody, for one exercise, I will select one coordinator. So that will be convenient way of conducting hands-on session. If I am asking for a group of people, you may be thinking somebody else will respond. So may I ask first time, Ruchi is there?
Yes, sir.
Ruchi, if you don't mind, can I make you coordinator for this exercise? Your task will be just to respond once you have done.
Sir, actually, I don't have software with me because I'm in college. So,
All
so I'm
right,
just
all right,
listening.
all right.
But
Okay,
your voice and
okay.
screen is okay, sir. Yeah.
So somebody, I need somebody who is having the software. The steps which I will be following, that person will follow the same steps and keep responding. Yes, done. And so that is how I will get response from your side. Uh, can I ask anybody else who is willingly would like to respond? Mani sir?
Sir. Yes, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
sir. No problem. Okay, sir.
Okay, okay. So we'll do this first exercise. Later on, somebody prepare yourself. Keep your software running on your desktop. So
Okay, sir.
every one of you, I request at least for one exercise, one participant should respond. So Mani sir
Okay,
will
sir.
be responding me to this exercise, and all of you will follow both of us so that we will finish out the task within stipulated time. All
Okay,
right.
sir.
So Mani sir, create a new schematic. Hope
Yes,
it is
sir.
done.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then go to the palette window, select transmission lines microstrip.
Okay, sir.
Done.
Yes, sir.
Then take mlean component. Just scroll down and find out mlean microstrip line. Drag and drop it to the drawing area. It will be some value of 25 micron and 100 micron. Let it be. Just
Okay.
drag and drop the drawing area. Yeah.
Okay.
So all of you should please follow the same steps. So our exercise will finish in stipulated time. I mean, so this width and length we have to change. So first we will make the 50 ohm line. So change width here itself. Just simple one click in front of width. Make it 1.10 and change U to M. It will become 1.10 mm. And length is 11.19 mm.
11.1 mm.
1.10 mm is the width and
And
length is 11.19 mm.
okay, sir.
Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to make structure like this. So simply
Sir,
Control
the
C,
structure is
click on the
not
T.
visible in the structures are not visible, sir.
Which
Maybe I have
structure?
it.
You just you can see the view all option is there. You click on it, view all.
Yes, sir. But here the
Can you see now?
participant list is showing, sir, to me.
Participant list
Yes, sir.
means, do
I
you mean
think
that my ADS screen is not visible?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My screen is not visible.
Yes, sir. The participant list is showing to me behind the ADS screen. Now it is purely gone.
Here ADS screen. Okay, okay. Now,
No, sir. Shall I left and come again, sir?
okay, okay. Anybody, can you respond me? What is now you are seeing?
For me, it's simply showing
Sir,
VR.
screen is not visible.
Yes, sir. VR. Your initial is there.
Sir,
Is
now
that?
Yes.
visible,
Now
sir.
it is visible, sir. Yes.
Yes.
ADS, you are able to see ADS?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
yes.
great. So something is happening at the back end. I'm not uh, confident what is exactly happening, but the moment I minimize my ADS window and go to Teams to just find out participants, then onwards the ADS window is not popping up again. It may be the problem because I'm using EDA tool, but I am not confident. So the moment you don't receive the screen, please let me know. I hope now it is clear. We have created a 50 ohm line.
Yes,
Manish
sir.
sir,
Yes, sir.
and you are, yeah, you are able to see this line here. So just
Yes, sir.
select this, Control C and Control V. How many times we need it? We need it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So create
Yes,
6
sir.
lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sixth one I will make it later. I will first make it Control R. So it will be rotated in the direction of my intention. Then I will do Control C, Control V and paste it in front. All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
this way I have created 50 ohm transmission lines, 6 transmission lines. Now I need one 35 ohm line. So I again take the same line, Control C, Control V, and I will just change its width and length. So width is
Okay.
1.89, 1.89, and the length is this time 10.92. All right. So I'll simply copy, Control C, Control V this, and interconnect all the T's as I have connected. So your structure should look like this.
Okay. One time width and length, please.
50 ohm line have 1.10 and 1.19 mm width and length.
Okay, sir.
And be careful about assigning the port numbers. Port 1 is this, port 2 is just below port 1, port 3 is this right side to port 1, and port 4 is this.
Okay.
Ground all the ports. So let us do this first.
Yes, sir.
Done.
Wait, sir. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Sir.
Okay, done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Acha, acha, good. So assign port. Once again, ensure the port numbers. This is port number 1. This is port number 2. Here is port number 2. Port number 3. This one is port number 3 and port number 4.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have to assign the substrate. We have to assign the substrate because we said that all these transmission lines will have M sub 1. So in the same palette, we'll go to M sub. This is the first one. This is microstrip substrate. Simply drag and drop it to the drawing area
Yes, sir.
and change its properties. Capital H should be 0.508 mm. Epsilon R 3.6.
1 minute, sir. Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, again, repeat, sir.
How to get this? Okay. In the same transmission lines palette,
Yes, sir.
you can find this. This is the first element. Drag
sir.
and drop it.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
And now change the parameters. H is equal to 0.508 mm. Epsilon R 3.6.
Okay.
Mu R should be 1. Conductivity 5.8 into e to the power 7. E raised to 7 you can say 10 to the power 7. This thickness, copper thickness 18 micron and loss tangent 0.0013.
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, once done, now the one only remaining thing is that you have to get this S parameter simulation controller.
Okay, sir.
So get this one, you better know how you can get this. Go to simulation S parameter and take this thing.
Okay,
Go
sir.
to
That I will.
simulations. Yeah, you have it. So define start frequency 2 gig, stop 6 gigahertz because we are doing this at 4 gigahertz.
Yes, sir.
And step size should be 0.01 gigahertz.
One time,
So you
sir,
have
please show one time the substrate values.
substrate value once more. Okay, substrate thickness 0.508, epsilon r 3.6, mu r by default 1 value, permeability which is the relative permeability, conductivity 5.8 into 10 to the power 7. Q you need not to change, this is a rare parameter. Copper thickness 18 micron and dielectric loss is 0.0013. That's it. Done?
Yes, sir. Okay. Done, sir.
Okay. So everything is ready for simulation. Before simulating, one more time I will ensure the port numbers. Port number 1, port number 2, then I have port number 3 here and port number 4 just below port number 3. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Simulate this. If you simulate this, you will get this result. You can plot dBs11, which is minus 36.6 at design frequency of 4 gigahertz. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And just save it and close this window.
Okay. Only S11 is enough, sir, for this.
Only S11. You can plot S21 and S31 and S41 to get the amplitude imbalance. Even you can plot the phase. But we have done this. Our main intention is to understand the bandwidth enhancement. So we'll be now going to double box DLC.
Okay.
So this single box we have done.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Are you able to see presentation now?
Yes, sir. Now it is showing S11 rectangular plot.
From PPT.
No, sir. From ADS. Sometimes flickering, sir. Video good. Yeah, and now it is changed to PPT.
Yeah, it is taking some time.
Yes, sir.
It
Yes,
is
sir.
taking
That
5
is the
6
main
seconds
thing,
of
sir.
time.
What you speaking is not visible in the display sometimes, sir.
Sometimes it happens.
Yes, sir.
So now what I did, I have made some alternative arrangement, but anyways, you keep
Okay.
responding. That is why I have selected some of you.
Okay, sir.
For next exercise, I will select someone else. I will not keeping you, means trouble you many a
No,
times.
sir. It's my jolly to me, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this we have got. Now we'll make a double box.
Okay.
So in case of double box, what we have to do is that you have to create your branch line coupler with two boxes. Just now we have created a single box. Here is the double box, and the equation will little change. It will be 2.414 into Z0. Central impedance will be 1.414, and again last bar will be 2.414. Okay, and
sir.
all rest of the transmission lines are of Z0 impedance.
Yes, sir.
All transmission lines in the length of lambda by 4. All right.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So first we have to calculate what is 2.414 Z0 and 1.414 Z0. So to do that,
Yes, sir.
so we'll just calculate it. Z0 is 50 ohms. Z0 is 50 ohms. So if we multiply it by 2.414, it will become 120.7. So this will become 120.7. This is also 120.7.
Yes, sir.
And the central arm, which is 1.414 times of Z0, will be 70.7. So only you have to recalculate for these impedances. As you have calculated for 50 ohm and 35 ohms, you have to calculate for 50 ohm, then 120.7 ohms and 70.7 ohms. So many a times we need not to go to the line calc and recalculate the things. Please rely on me. I have already done those things, or otherwise I have kept the line calc open for all of you. Just I will ensure for 120.7 ohms. I will just show you. You please don't do this. Take blindly the values which I will be letting you know. 120.7, width is 0.144 and length is 11.97, which you can very easily see from the screen. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And similarly, you can calculate this 120, you can change it to 70.7 and synthesize. This will be 0.588 and 11.49. All right. So we have got the length and width for all these lines, and you have to make the structure in ADS. So this is double box. You can copy the cell the same cell which you have created, just copy the cell, rename it as a double BLC and open the schematic. So the first two lines are same, means 1.10 and 11.19. This is the 50 ohm line.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So make it one by one. This is 120.7. So 0.144 and 11.97. This is also 0.144. So copy and paste it to this side. And rest of the lines, excluding this one, which is 20.7, sorry, 70.7, it is 0.588 and 11.49. Rest of all lines are of 50 ohms.
Okay, sir.
Port numbers are again same, 1,
2,
2, 3, and 4. Make this coupler.
Okay, sir.
The rest of everything is same, so you need not to change anything. How many of you are able to do this? How many of you are able to do this? Anybody else?
I'm doing, sir.
Yeah, Manish sir, you are doing. Any other participant?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Anup sir there. Good
Sir,
to
So
hear
just
you.
off came, sir.
Sir.
Good to see you.
Sir, one humble request,
Yeah.
sir. Just you call
Yes,
me
sir.
Money, sir.
Okay. Okay, Mani. Now onwards, I will call you Mani. No problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So who will be ready for next exercise to replace Mani? Anybody? Rahul? Rahul, Satish, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Do you have ADS with you?
Yes, sir.
So would you like to respond me for next exercise?
Okay.
Are you able to carry out the exercises which we have been doing?
Yes.
If you face any difficulty, please let me know.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So hope all of you, Mani, is it completed?
Yes, sir. Going on, sir. 2 minutes, sir.
Okay, 2 more minutes, no issue. Archana ma'am. Archana ma'am, are you there?
Yes, now okay, sir.
Okay, done.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, to simulate this one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you might have got the single response for your coupler.
Yes,
So I will
yes, sir.
replot this. You take a rectangular plot, place it
Yes,
here,
sir.
and you plot first thing S11.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right? So you might have got this curve.
Yes, sir.
This is the S11 form of your,
Single line coupler.
just a minute, whether I have kept it open. This is response of my double box because I am here in double box coupler. So this is response for double box, and now I will go to the name which I have given is conventional, and I will plot S11.
Okay.
Yeah. So now I will just insert markers, and we will decide the thumb rule is minus 10 dB. At
Yes,
least
sir.
minus 10 dB return loss has to be there. So we'll see
sir.
on either side of the center frequency. Now this is minus 20 for what? Okay, instead of line marker, what I will do, because I have to cross check for both the couplers, I will use simple marker, and I will insert, this is what? Conventional means single box coupler. I named it conventional, and I will take it to minus 10. Minus 10. That's it. Okay, so 3.330.
In that box also we can able to we nullify that pointer to minus 10.000. Isn't it, sir? Is it?
Yes, yes, we can do that also. So this is the thing. You can come to minus 10.0. Okay, that is
Yes,
good.
sir.
Hmm? So this is
Yes,
what
sir.
the bandwidth. This is bandwidth for single box coupler. If you calculate 4,670 minus 3,330,
330 megahertz. Okay, sir.
or 3,300, and you can say
Yes, sir.
little exactly at 9.9,
Yes,
little
sir.
more bandwidth you will ask to your single box. So 4,670 minus 3,320 megahertz will be 1,350 megahertz, right?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Yeah. So this is the bandwidth, 10 dB bandwidth we'll call it. Similarly, we'll
Okay.
find the 10 dB bandwidth of this double box coupler.
Okay, sir. Is it good, sir? The 1350 is good.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah,
how we are
actually,
saying that it is good? Yes, sir.
this is not actually good, because if you see, this is only return loss bandwidth. Please remind me
sir.
once I will finish this explanation. I will talk you about why this is not good.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I'm just trying to tell you how return loss bandwidth is improved,
Okay.
but we have to see other parameters also. I will let you know.
Okay.
So you find out for the double box. So it is 2830, almost 9.9, and one
Yes,
more
sir.
marker I will put to the right side. It is now 5160, which is showing 9.9 return loss. If I take difference of 5160 and 2830, what it comes? It comes, I think, 2330.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Yeah. So if you compare percentage wise,
Yes, sir.
so there is almost, if 4,000 is the center frequency,
Okay,
its
sir.
10% is 400.
Yes,
And
sir.
if the bandwidth for a single box 1350,
Yes, sir.
So that is almost 1350. So 23% almost. And for second case, it is 2330. So that
Yes,
if
sir.
I calculate the difference between 2330 and 1350, so
Hmm.
it is 980 megahertz.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so 980 megahertz bandwidth we have improved, and percentage wise 980 is almost 22% of our center frequency.
Yes, sir.
So in that word, we can say we have improved return loss bandwidth by 22%. So coming to Mani's question, he was telling that whether it is good or bad, we have to also plot S31 and S41 for both the couplers. So let us do this.
Okay.
S31 and S41. So this is for what? This is for double box, remember.
Okay, sir.
Because I am doing this in a double box schematic. So this is double box. And now you can comment whether this is good or bad. This is the response for double box. Superimpose on this, you can go to the your own single box design and superimpose S31 and S41. Now you can see. Now you see.
Yes, sir.
So these small curves, little amplitude imbalance, these are for single boxes. You can
Okay,
also see the color.
Yes, sir. Yes,
The
sir.
yeah.
Understand.
So yeah, so this one red color one is S31 and blue
Yes,
color
sir.
one. This is for your which one? Double box.
Double box.
And this little sky blue color
Sky blue and pink.
and pink color is for
Yes,
your
sir.
single box.
Okay, sir.
So still you have find a reasonable improvement in the amplitude imbalance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. However, it looks that you have very high bandwidth in return loss. It doesn't make any sense if you do not have amplitude imbalance bandwidth. So what you
Okay,
have to
sir.
do, you just have to check it very rigorously. So you do this because you have designed it at 4 gigahertz. So generally we
Yes.
can do this thing 3.5 and we'll make it 2.5. Now you see, almost you find the flat response, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and even also you can change the y-axis limit and try to get the parameters on one side for one field, your one coupler. So I will do that. Conventional I will keep left, and this I will take to the right. See, one parameter I have taken to the right. This is another parameter. Now I
Video
can change the, yeah.
is
Now I
flickering.
can,
No, okay. Okay, okay. Okay.
now I can change the scale and everything as per my requirement, and I can
Okay, sir.
comment. You see,
Yes, sir.
you have very good response for the red and blue curve in spite of
Yes,
this
sir.
sky blue and a pink color curve. Indeed,
Yes,
this
sir.
sky blue color curve is very flat, but there is amplitude imbalance in case of a
Balance.
single box, which
Yes,
is now being overcome. If I put a line marker in this case, now you see, you will be easily understanding. If I put a line marker at this point here and one more line marker at this point, and now you try to understand what I mean to tell here. See, M5 is the marker for all the amplitude responses for both the couplers. S31 and S41, which are actually means these things for double box. So they
Yes,
are
sir.
pretty good, minus 3.15
3.1.
and minus 3.1. Yeah,
3.11.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
And this thing, your conventional branch line is minus 3.0 and minus 3.1. So there is 192 and 71. If you calculate, so there is 0.121 dB imbalance for single box. right?
Okay.
And
Yes, sir.
for this thing, for your double box, it is 0.46 only. Sorry, 0.046 only,
Yes, sir.
right?
Okay, sir.
So you can see the amplitude imbalance is pretty reduced and the bandwidth is improved. So in that way, you have talked about return loss and amplitude imbalance of improvement of your single box coupler. Also, you can go for the betterment of phase relation, phase response of this coupler, and you have always an option with you. You can keep tuning this. One more time, I will try to demonstrate the tuning option.
But maybe the area of the coupler may be increased. Yes, sir.
Just you have to keep the optimization in acceptable limit.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And make sure that your coupler should look symmetric. Otherwise, what will happen? One of the dimension will make very large and another dimension will be very small. So coupler will not be looking pretty good in that case.
Yes,
So take the both the curves in front of you should be the case, so that you can see for amplitude imbalance as well as return loss response. So first I will just try to change the length. You see, the moment I clicked on changing the length, the response is changing like anything. So I will change the step size. Let us have this 0.10. And if I'm changing one transmission line, you can easily see that the response is being shifting from lower frequency to higher frequency.
yes,
You
sir.
can
Yes, sir.
keep changing the width also, and it will be going to change the response of your coupler. So this way, just come out with the proper length and width. And another thing, please keep it in mind, make your coupler is looking like a symmetrical network. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the thing. Anyways, you can go for the optimization also. I will let you know about the ADS optimization later on. So this is all about our double box branch line coupler, which we supposed to finish in our previous session. Again, coming back to this.
Hello, sir.
So
So,
yeah.
I have one question. So, how
Yeah.
did you superimpose those graphs? In my case,
Yeah.
for single line coupler, I got separate graph, and for double line coupler, I got separate. So, how to
So you
superimpose
please,
graphs?
yeah, I have shown it. I will do it once again for you. So please see the screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
So here I have created a single box coupler. I named it conventional BLC, right? Something maybe in your case. Please don't do anything. First see what I am trying to tell you. I have created one schematic for single box coupler, and I have created another cell in which I have created another schematic which is of double BLC. So these two cells are with me now. Two different cells. First cell for single box and second cell for double box. Is that clear, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you can go to any cell. Now you can go to any cell. Let us say you will be in the conventional BLC cell. Okay, you simulate this. If you simulate this, you will get the result of S11 for that single box.
Okay.
Now you just double click on it, come to the data sets and equations, and find out the cell which you have created for double box. So the name, you ensure you have given the name double BLC. So select that data set. From here, data sets and equations, you were in conventional, select the double box, double BLC, and take its parameter which you are interested to plot. So let us take S11. Okay. Okay, so it will be superimposed, right? Is that fine, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll wait for 5 minutes only, or shall I continue?
So we'll break for 5 minutes.
Yeah, we'll break for 5 minutes. Just try to complete this exercise. Then we have a power dividers. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.